Hey. How you doing, Daryl?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Looking really well. Look at your hair growing. It looks so nice.
I know it's looking good, right? Trying to be like
I
you.
love it. It's getting there, and it looks all the way down in there.
Yeah, yours is already there. Yours is already there. You're an example.
You know how long it took to grow, though? Like my hair was around about this length for about 3 years, and I was kept saying to my mum, "Why is my hair not growing?" And then after that, it just was like the length, the look was just coming. I was like, "All right," I had to settle into it because I was like, "Why is it not growing?" But yeah, man, we give thanks. You know, everything in its season and for a reason.
Everything in its time, isn't it?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Really good. I had a bioscan yesterday. So that was really nice. Got to learn about my body, and now I'm just trying to put everything in place. But I had a plan for my health before that, and it was exactly in alignment. So I'm really starting to realize, that these things just happen, isn't it? I'm not even shocked anymore with how aligned it is with things all the time.
I love that. Jeez, big up yourself, Daryl. And that's the thing, like, it's always a nice thing to get the extra confirmation, because I've been having conversations over this weekend about, well, the last week actually, about the validity of things and needing kind of, you know, reassurance and backup and things like that. And then what the kind of common consensus is, is whenever we kind of have like a thought implant, it's generally right. It's just all the other stuff that comes on top, like the what ifs. And then when a doubt sets in, that's when we're all up in a tiz. But it's always nice to kind of get the confirmation. That's why these readings are so brilliant, because where people are at, they kind of on their journey, they kind of know what kind of direction they kind of want to take. However, sometimes just hearing what the options are and what the energy is, you know, then there's a freedom of choice. Then you can kind of pick and choose at what energy you want to play with. And that's kind of the energy that's kind of been going on over the last week and this weekend. So what you said was just bang on the money. So it's like, oh, rah. It's just the extra confirmation, but you already know that you're divinely on your path and you are where you're meant to be. So it's just an extra bonus, isn't it? Just to say, all right, we give thanks. Thank you, Father. And they'll say, you know what I mean?
How you been? How you been?
Do you know what? Really well. Like I say really well in the sense that I've been working through all the bits and bobs, and anything that's come up, I've kind of challenged things. I've had conversations I'd rather not have. This part of the week has been so much more calmer. I've actually had to just relax. I had to hold a seat. Yeah, I was trying to do all kinds of stuff. My devices were misbehaving, and I was really just like getting all upset and frustrated. Like, what the hell's happening? Why is things not working? And then I just had to just be like, no, please do pause and take a seat. Take a seat, Empress Vibrant. Take a seat. Yeah, because there's obviously something that is necessary here. You know, I fought against the grain a few times, and you know, when you do that, you get even more frustrated. So I went through a couple of those little bouts until I had to just, like I said, take a seat, right? Take a seat. And I feel so much better for it. I wanted to just keep active. I wanted to, you know, do the things that I wanted to do, but I was just grounded for a few days, and it just felt really frustrating. But I think I needed the little extra rest. So, you know, we give thanks. You know, they know better than us. At the end of the day, they're divinely giving us these little things like, just take a seat. You don't know what's going to come next week. You need the extra rest. But in my mind, get this thing done while the baby's sleeping, because you don't know when the next time you're going to get it done. And you don't realize that the time will be made. There's no need to rush or pre-plan everything. You know? So that's been me. That's been me. So hi everyone, I see everybody popping in and out of the chat. Hi guys.
How you doing?
So Daryl, do you want to just do a little intro as we've had a little pause and thing? Give the people a little tidbit.
That is it. So do you want to kick things off?
Yeah, so guys, as ever, we're going to start off, hey guys, so as ever, we're going to start off with the overall energy. The overall energy is just a collective kind of energy read. Like I said, these readings are very general. It's not going to resonate with absolutely everybody. You take what resonates and you leave the other stuff, because there are how many people it could be related to. So you take what belongs to you and you leave the rest. And what's beautiful about this reading is that we have Daryl here, the astrologer. So if you don't find anything that's really fully resonating in the tarot section, you have the astrology section that, you know, will talk to your path possibly and what's going on. So this is really nice and vast. So enjoy, keep an open mind, and I will kick off with the overall energy. Okay. Okay, so can we get the overall energy for the collective? What is the main energy, the focus? Right. Okay. No, that's definitely you. Okay, so we've got number 10, which is authenticity. Okay, authenticity. So the messages, the energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives, with others and as well as with ourselves. So again, the energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives, with others as well as with ourselves. So authenticity, people. So the overall energy is about staying true to yourself. It's about connecting with what really feels good to you. And this is very, very reminiscent of some of the energy I've had over this week. So I'm kind of glad this has come up. It's like an extra confirmation then, that no matter what it is that's going on, it's got to be well with you. Whatever you're doing, it's got to feel good. It's got, you know, whatever it is, you know, we're all searching for our life purpose, what we're here for, what are we here to do? You know, I feel like it's this, or I feel like it's that. And we have many talents where there are certain things that are going to resonate in your core, and there's no way you can silence it. And that's the real authenticity. That's the real you, the things that want to come out and the things that want to shine. So in everything, make sure you feel good about what you're doing. If you take an action that feels murky and it's got a misty feeling, it's probably not the right thing for you. You know, generally your soul will give you the green light. That's the movement you need to make. Yes, that's right. Keep going. And then you'll see along your path, things just miraculously moving into place. You know, the right people turn up. You have the right conversation at the right time. And in that time, you're able to just be you, that authenticity, the whatever is your general, the energy that you show the world, you know, and Daryl can get into the you know, the finer deets and that, but it's more like the way you show up. That part of you is on show, and you recognize that, but then you need to know that outside of all of the things that people may expect from you, all has got to be well within. You've got to feel good about what it is that you're doing. So in everything, be grounded, be comfortable, you know, check the spirits to see what's right. You know, this is your discernment kicking in. This is your, you know, your powers of, yeah, like I said, discernment, and you being able to be diligent in how you move and how you navigate the rest of, you know, the week, the month, the year, you know. You know, so that's the overall energy. I just want to get one other oracle before I break the tarot down, break it down into the tarot. Let's get one more here for the overall. Oh, gosh. Okay. Right, so the overall energy, well, there's three things that have come up around this authenticity. So we have the 6th chakra, Archangel Mechatron. Archangel Mechatron is he represents the third eye, you know, the things that are seen not with just the two physical eyes, but the things that we see etherically. So it talks about our intuition, the inner knowings. Again, it makes sense that it's coming up around our authenticity. So like I said, it's all got to feel well, the things that are popping up. You know, is that something that's going to enrich my life? Is this a collaboration that's going to build my confidence? You know, and my, you know, it's all of those types of things. And it's about listening to the different energies and just sitting with it. You know, that's the observation space when you just sit with it. What feels right? What makes the most sense in my body? It's at that cellular level. You know, it's not just, oh, I think it'd be quite nice to do so. You know, take that time to really sit with it. What does that mean for me? How do I feel? How do I, you know, navigate? And your third eye is always at the forefront, pushing you to, you know, this little divine nudges, you know, take the call today, take a break, go up that road, speak to that person. It's all of those kind of subtle details, and it's all, like she said, all in the observation. It's all about the sitting in it. But like I said, everything's got to feel right. There is some anxiety going on. Makes a lot of sense when you are presenting, or you recognize that you are being watched and people are seeing you, or you're now putting yourself out there. You're stepping into new relationships, which means now you have to start to navigate, you know, how you show up in that way. How authentic can I be at the same time as making sure I'm honoring the person that I'm with, or honoring the situation that I find myself in, work, career, finances, whatever it is. There's a balance that needs to be made, and it's about really what feels right to you, you know. So yes, make your sacrifices or your compromises, but make sure that they're not at the detriment of who you are at your core. And that's the energy that I'm feeling. Also, we have the Sun card. So again, all is well. You know, this is the most positive card in the deck. So when you are true to yourself and you allow yourself to just be, without any of the, what's the word for it? With all the, not the airs and graces, or you don't always have to come in with the bells and whistles. It's not always about, you know, being the loudest, or you know, being the last to leave. It's just about being. When you're able to just allow that to be and recognize that there's no one like you. I mean, you know, you might have similarities, you know, there's a group of people that you resonate with, but there's nobody quite like you. So who best to do you than you do you, innit? Like, realistically, with that unapologetic energy. And that's going to shine through with this authenticity here, you know, and it's at our core, you know. So let me just go into the tarot for each of those, and then we'll go on. So I just want to get an overall energy about what's going on with this. One moment. We've got some cards that are up and down at the moment. They are wanting to be back front, so we're not having none of that. So yes, in that sense, where we're talking about our authenticity, I think this week is going to find us at a space where we're having to look at whether the things that we are participating in, are they at the core right for us? You know, are we doing these things for the right reasons? You know, are we bending over too far? You know, and this is where I'm saying the time for observation will be excellent, because, you know, that time to sit with yourself, it gives you all the clarity that you need. And you've got Archangel Mechatron here, you know, again, those who are thinking about their ventures, you know, it's about the Ten of Pentacles, the money that can be made. There's a lot of energy around, okay, to make my money, who do I need to become? You know, and it's about not putting on a mask or putting on, you know, we have many different hats, but it's a very fine line, you know, the different hats that we put on for different places, you know, the hat that we put on for work, the face that we put on when we're with our family or with our friends or with our intimate lover or whatever. There's different parts of us that can be seen. When we're dealing with money, sometimes, you know, we want to be professional, or we need to seem that we are being, you know, cohesive with the rest of the team or whatever. So they're just saying, although the pursuit of your coin is admirable, make sure that you're not taking away from the base of who you are in order to have what it is that you want, you know. But there is peace on its way. There is things happening for you. There are, and Pentacles also speaks of stability. So for those who are nervous about how they're going to be getting through the next month, or, you know, what the next 6 months is going to look like, you know, with the risk that's been taken, or I feel like people have been taking some more calculated risks. Again, yeah, see, decisions. People have been making decisions, or there's a decision around some type of collaboration, some type of presentation, you know, maybe the way in which you want to do things, the way it's going to change. And then lastly, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So again, about getting your ducks in a row, making sure that what you're doing is going to be lucrative for you and those around you. So I can see where possibly the anxiety is coming in, making sure you've got enough so that everybody's cool, you know, from I can eat, everybody can eat. It's that type of vibe, you know, so I'm really loving that. Lastly, let me just get a one card on what's going on in the love zone. And we know that when we're dealing with love, yes, we're talking about intimate, romantic, but also it's universal. So we could be talking about platonic, so it may not just be all, you know, hearts and flowers and all of that. And at the core of it, love is quite a serious game to be in. You know, everybody needs to be honored, everybody needs to feel heard and respected, and that comes in again with your authenticity, showing who you are at the base, so that when you're able, when they're seeing these different sides of you, it doesn't feel like a whole brand new character. This is just another part of me. And as we grow and develop with one another, you're going to see more. We're going to get more and more bonded with one another. And that's kind of the energy. So the authenticity has to be at its base. So you deserve love. You are lovable. Yes, yes, we are. We're all lovable, right? We all deserve some TLC. Yeah. Some, you know what I'm saying? Some tender love and care. Some, you know, that support system. We all deserve that. You know, and if for those who are not at that stage where they have somebody doing that job, you're doing that job for yourself. Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. Remembering you are lovable, you deserve love. And the first love you must give is to yourself. And then you divvy out. It's like when you're on a plane, sort out your own things first, yeah, and then you sort out everybody else, you know what I'm saying? I'll be giving the life jacket and the air before you're straight, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, who's going to be able to sort out if you just drop out, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just be sensible is what I'm saying. But you are lovable and you deserve to have that, somebody to fulfill that. And then we've got past life relationship. You've known each other before. So like I got this energy that there was this sort of love energy. I feel like, yeah, this is like a past life kind of energy. This is someone you've known before. That's why the connection feels so deep. So I feel like even though there may be some kind of, you know, anxieties around how things are going to be, the differences that we have and how we kind of, you know, cohesively move through things, it's exciting because at the core, there's something that is familiar and you resonate with me. You know, there's something about your energy that's so familiar. So I'm loving that energy. Overall, it's about us being authentic, allowing Archangel Mechatron to work through us. If you feel like your third eye's blocked or you're not listening, talk to Archangel Mechatron. It will help clear that up. As well as a meditation around your third eye will definitely help to heal and activate that space as well. That will help with the anxieties around, you know, the coming together, also how you're showing up and recognizing that the sun's here. All is going to be well. You know, be your authentic self, you know, and that's in your relationships. You deserve to be loved, and you deserve to be loved for your authentic self. So don't just give people your half bit by bit or trying to overcompensate. Be your true self. This is a past life relationship. So there are things that are already going to be resonating on the surface of it. So allow yourself to be open, check the signs, reason all the time, talk. Communication is key, and be you at the core. So my lovely, over to Daryl. Wow. To you, my love.
Thank you for that. I feel like he was talking to me directly. You know, everyone else you could jump off.
This is what the energies are.
That is it. I really like the authenticity piece as well. Yeah, sorry, there's so much is going through mine, but let's not go too deep into that. People want to hear what's happening for the week.
No, but I love to hear the reflection. Give a quick reflection, because that felt very, my stomach did a backflip. So I just needed to just a little tidbit. You ain't got to go in, but my stomach did a flip there.
You know, for me, when he was talking about the authenticity piece, it really was about really accepting all of you. And so much times we don't actually accept who we are. You know, it's the shadow sides of ourselves. Sometimes we're like, no, our family said that's not needed. You know, these things are part of us, you know, like for me, because obviously doing the bioscan, a lot of stuff came out that I had suppressed for maybe 10 years. That the scan said it was still in my body. So we have to accept these things, live it, you know, and be able to love ourselves through those things. And what you're talking about, the love piece and a past life relationship, right? Maybe that past life relationship is with your higher self from a past life.
Amen.
knows, you know, but we really have to be open, especially at this time, you know, because it's deep at the moment. There's a lot of energy going around, and, you know, we're in a shift. And so, you know, when you talk about being authentic, you know, the sun's just gone into Pisces. That was, I think, yesterday or this morning. And that is all about subtle emotions. For those who don't know what Pisces is, it's actually a mutable water sign. So mutable means it's transmutation, right? So we're going from winter into spring. So Pisces really shows you that transmutation of subtle emotions. What starts to happen after you've had the Aquarius season? You know, you've had the hustle, you've saved your money, you've started to connect to people a little bit more, you started to plan out summer, you know, we need to do this, we need to do that. In the time of Aquarius, you get involved with groups. Pisces really is, all right, well, let's review everything that's happened for the last year. Well, my year starts from Aries. So Pisces really is that time where you review the lessons, because it's the subtle emotions. It's the mystic, you know, Jesus represents Pisces, that love for not just yourself, but for society as well. And so when the sun is there, it really is going to shine a light on that. Where it shows up in your life really depends on what house that it's in. You know, so it's really important that you do know your chart. If you want a free chart, just go to like AstroCaf, you know, put in your time of birth, your date of birth, and just get that information. Why it's especially important right now is because although there's no planets ingressing at this time, there's a lot happening. A lot is happening energetically. So we're finally kind of done with the Saturn-Uranus square. So, you know, what you need to hustle on, there's a little break. It's coming back, but there's a break right now from that heavy. I'm sure we've all been feeling it. Things feel like they're moving forward, when before it was very, we're working harder than we're getting results at the moment, you know, but so, you know, we've seen it, that it's started to lighten up, but then Jupiter's gone into Pisces. So yeah, Jupiter's gone into Pisces, and then it's actually going to be conjunct with Neptune. Now, this is extremely powerful on different levels, right? Because Jupiter is a social planet, meaning that it changes sign every couple of months. So it's not just, you know, oh, it's a sun sign 1 month. It's every couple of months because it's further out. And then you've got Neptune, which is a generational planet. It takes years. So we're talking about the higher etheric, you know, your dreams. But it's in Pisces, which is, again, is about dreams. So when you find these two together at that time, the ideals that are within us that needs to be received is going to be coming to us. We've just started to receive that energy. I'm sure we've all been feeling inspired. You know, the government was inspired. They dropped the lockdown and everything, and they said we have to learn to deal with COVID, right? That's the sort of ideals that's starting to come up at the moment for individuals as well. What is it that's inside of you that needs to come out, that needs to be expressed in a certain part of your life? You know, if it's in, let's say, for example, your second house, that's the house of values. So it's, how do I improve my values? How do I become the best version of myself? How do I awaken the dreams that are happening in my mind? And then Jupiter actually helps you to expand that energy as well and to make it real. But it may not be real with that particular conjunction. But we've got support at the moment because we actually have a Venus and Mars conjunction. Now, this is not an easy conjunction, but it's in the best place it can be. It's in Capricorn. So Venus doesn't really like Capricorn, right? It's cold. So when it comes to our love, you know, you may be feeling it's more about business. Now, everyone's been talking about money, and it was actually in conjunction with Pluto. So we've actually had a real transformation in the way that we love and our values over the last couple of months. But now it's reached Mars. Mars is about action. It's about getting things done. But it's actually exalted in Capricorn. So when I say exalted, that means it's actually the best placement for Mars to be out of the entire zodiac is in Capricorn. This is because it gives you a steady, focused release of energy towards building something practical and pragmatic. So what happens when you have the divine feminine of Venus, the divine masculine of Mars coming together in the very structured Capricorn. You get a consistent drive to create your values, to work on your love. This is if it's balanced. If it's unbalanced, there might be a lot of frustration with partners and the people that you love and your values. But I always say this frustration typically is unused energy that needs to be directed correctly. So when you're seeing these frustrations that are happening, just know that there's work to be done, because it's in Capricorn. There's so many planets in Capricorn right now. We are in a building phase. We're in a money-making phase. We're in a, like you said, getting into different partnerships that we need so that we can create the life that we want. And that is going to be off the back of the Sun, Jupiter, and Neptune all in Pisces, which is all about love. It's all about dream. And then you've got Venus, which is all about love, linked with Mars, which is all about action, and the Capricorn, which is all about building. So, you know, when we put that all together, what do we get? We are building what we need to do so that our love and our values can actually come forward. It's not going to be easy. You know, whenever you're dealing with Neptune energy or Jupiter energy or Mars, it's never easy. They're blessed, but Jupiter is all about excess. If it goes, it can go too far. That's what Jupiter is like. I'm never going to fail. Of course you're going to fail. You know, Neptune is illusions, right? And dreams. So it's like, oh, I want this. But it's like, okay, maybe you need to ground that energy a bit more. Maybe you need to see whether it works the way that you are seeing it. But then you've got Mars, which is like frustration sometimes. It's like, oh, I want to get this done. I'm a warrior. You know, this is the masculine energy inside of us all pushing out and saying, I want to get this done. So all of that together, you know, it's just a lot of energy towards building our goals. But luckily enough, we've got a lot of support because there's a lot of planets in Capricorn at the moment. And then you've got Venus in Capricorn, which really softens things, you know, because Venus, which I really want to focus on for the month of Pisces, really isn't just about love and values. Venus was also a warrior, but she wasn't the go forward warrior. She wasn't the one at the front with the sword. That would have been Mars. She was the tactician. You know, if you think of Greek mythology, you've got, you know, the goddess of Athena, right? She was a tactician, but she was a lover. So this is what we're getting at the moment. We need to be fighting and pushing for our dreams and our goals in this time. I genuinely believe that, because after we have the Jupiter and Neptune conjunction, which is going to be happening the next couple of months, guys. So it's not just for a week. This is going to be a general topic that we're going to have. Then we have the last Saturn-Uranus square. So right now what's happening is start your dreams. Build the foundation as strong as you can in these next couple months. You know, for this particular week, I would definitely say focus on the subtle emotions. Meditate a bit more. Focus on things. Maybe get a little bit more in touch with water. You know, like take a good spiritual bath sometime during the week, you know, something like that, which really will help you to tap into the subtler emotions of what's going on. Find your dream, find those purposes that are coming to you, or at least your sense of purpose, you know, the things that make you feel good, that you can also spread to others, and then find a way to try to make that real, even if it's just in plan, but really you want it in action. But if you can only do a plan and that is the action you have to take right now, just do what you can, because later on at the last part of this year, you'll have the last Saturn-Uranus square, which is again that kind of, you need to be building. But then we'll have some subtler emotions that will be helping us. There's a Pluto conjunction coming in there as well that will help to soften that blow. Then going into a very easy 2023, which I don't want to go too deep into because I'll start talking forever. But guys, for the next week, the major thing is really finding what you need to work on, you know, and it doesn't matter where it is. Some people say it's money, other people it's about your values, other people it's about your health. You know, you really need to find out where that is for you. How you do that? Oh, you're back. So yeah, look at the houses that you find Pisces in. If you want to get a birth chart reading, I'm happy to do one. But again, if you just want to find a free reading, AstroCath as well. If you want to see what's happening for the entire year, I also am doing other readings for love, for business, or just to plan your year as well. And also remember that you've got Empress as well, who can give you the cards. And at this moment in time, the veil is very weak. It's soft. So Empress's powers is moving different at the moment. So, take advantage of during this time so you can build what you need to build. But yeah, guys, honestly, that's all I'm going to say for now. I am doing another live as well on Friday, just talking about Venus and relationships. And it's with a relation coach called Abby as well. So you'll see the posts. Jump on there if you really want to see how to get the most out of your Venus. Because right now, Venus is going to be powerful because there's a lot of Pisces energy. And Venus is actually exalted in Pisces and it's in Capricorn. So it's steady, it's growing. So yeah, guys, we love you. And just remember that you're perfect by design. I'll hand back over to
Hey! Yes, man. Listen. Woo! People weren't that just, hey, listen. That was so sweet. And I tell you why. Because like I said, it resonated so hard. And it made sense with the first portion of the reading as well. So I like the way that they gelled, and you were talking about, the conjunctions and and I was talking about being cohesive and working with two energies and balancing it. So it just, to me, I was just like you when you were listening, you're just like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. So it's like, I'm loving the energy. And like Daryl says, just go for it, people. Remember authenticity. Remember what it is that you feel, and just go for it. And we'll see you again. Was it next? Are we back next week? What's happening?
Back next week. Yeah, let's do it every week.
Yes, we'll see us back again next week, Sunday at 11 a.m. people. And like you said, our information is in our bios for your personal readers and such. And have yourself a blessed Sunday, people. Take care. Listen, Daryl, give thanks, yeah? Until next week.
Bless you, everyone.
Big up. Take care.